love, friendship, and in general, relationships. How do you build them? True meaningful relationship with people that you care about. Ready? Let's go. So today we are talking about love, how to make connection with someone you truly care about. How yes, you get relationship, friendship, and so on. In general, the social interaction are about creating connection with people, and this is what we want as human beings. We have this deep need of connecting with people. But how it works actually? How are we able to do that? And why sometimes we just can't get along? So that all those questions that I'm going to try to answer today. I want to do something a little bit different. So let's try it. This is the first time I try it, so we'll see. I put a few slides in order to explain my thoughts. Generally speaking, I have that on a sheet of paper like this one, but I tried to do it a little bit better and having some visual, to share with you. Let's see. And so, yes, creating a connection with someone. And I think that can be a little bit strange to think about it like that, but this is about creating neural connection with someone. So you have your neural system, and your neural system is recognizing situations that are positive, negative, and so on. And so the connection that you are creating is a neural activation into the brain of the person, which is positive or negative. So you want it to be positive and reinforcing this positive aspect. So each time the person come back to you, they have this positive emotion. And this is what I written here: creating and reinforcing positive emotional impact. This is what connecting with people is about. And so this is really pragmatic, but that's, I think, what it is in actual term. So let's move on to the next slide. So how it work actually? So as I said, we are creating a positive neural connection in the mind of people, and we are trying to reinforce it over time. And so that's why the first impression matter, because when you are approaching someone for the first time, the person that you are going to meet have absolutely no clue about you, no connection in your brain that you even exist, and so on. And so the first impression is going to initiate the neural system state of being of interacting with you. And so if this first interaction is negative, the neural system is going to be set into a negative state. And so then it's going to be way much harder to reverse that into a positive state, and then you will be able to create connection. Well, if you can make a first good impression right from the beginning, the neural system of the person is set positively, and so then when you want to reinforce it and go and creating a deeper connection, this is much easier. And so the deeper the connection, the deeper the need of people to know more about other people. So this is about how you create connection, but also how do you avoid to be socially awkward. Which I mean that is when you don't know anything about the person, when you don't know anything about a person and you're trying to connect with them on some level, the person don't have a lot interest in you, and so if you start talking too much, trying to connect too much, they will feel uncomfortable, and so what you want in order to build and deepen a connection, you want to raise the interest of that person in you. And so over time, as this interest rise, you can talk more with the person, because what you don't want to do is interacting more than the person is interested in you. Because if you do that, the desire for that person to talk with you, to interact with you, is going to drop. So you want to always leave the person with the sensation, the desire that they would have want to talk a little bit more with you. And so that leads me to the next point, which is small talk versus serious talk. So small talk is what is going to raise interest initially with a person that you don't know. And then you raise this interest, the person don't know you, and so you're raising a little bit of interest and so on. And actually this is something that is going to happen over time, where you use small talk to also maintain the connection, because small talk is inherently positive. You want to have a good time with the person, you're just talking fun and so on, and so you're reinforcing this positive impact. But then as the interest of that person is going to rise, as I said, the deeper this person is going to want to know you. And so what you don't want is getting that person frustrated because you're always talking small talk. And this is really about that. Okay, small talk is very powerful tool in order to raise interest and so on. But if you only do that, then the person is going to experience negative emotion, because they are going to be frustrated that you always do small talk and never serious talk, where you share a deeper, more meaningful things with them. And that's why the serious talk is important, because once the person is interested in you, once the emotional impact connection is strong, then you want to have from time to time deep serious talk with that person in order to really reinforce and deepen the connection that already exists. So I hope that dynamic makes sense. And so so slowly and gradually you build a deeper and deeper connection over time. And so each interaction, you are going to have some small talk, and you are going, because the interest of that person is going to rise after each interaction, you are going to be able to talk more and more with them. This is a progressive process, which slowly and surely over time creates that connection. Oh, are you kidding me? Sorry for that. I think my tripod just sorry. Up, and like nothing happened. let's do it like that. So yes, where were we? So yes, you can see actually on the bottom right, because I'm here. So this is the number of interaction. As the number of interaction grows, the amount of talks that you can have with that person grow also. And so what you want to do is get as close as possible to the optimal line, so orange line, but and so you are having small talk and so on, but sometimes you are also having meaningful deep talk, and this is what allow you to stay on that optimal line. Because if you have only small talks, you can see that you will stay very low on that chart, and so you will step away from this optimal slope. And so yes, this is a progressive process. And so out of that, we can have about 4 principles, I think, of connecting with someone. First is talking allow for connecting with people. I think that's obvious, but maybe for some people that's not. If you stop talking with someone, this that's the last point, but we are going to get there. So talking allow for connecting with people, and when you don't know someone, the less the better, and the more you start to know a person, the more you need to go deeper and deeper, and also have more and more serious talk, to the point where actually when we are in love with someone, we want to know everything about them, and this is when we are starting to reach the deepest level of connection with someone. That's why I think love actually is just the extreme aspect of connection with someone, where you want to know everything about the other person. This is true deep love. And so second principle, connecting is something that is built gradually over time, as I said. This is a linear process. The deeper the connection, the more you can talk with someone, because as I said, the deeper the connection, the more the need of the other person to want to know you. And so because the person is more interested in you, you can talk more with them, and actually they want that, and you don't want to not do it, because if you're not doing it, they are going to get frustrated, and so they are going to start reinforcing negative emotion when they are with you, and so you will lose this connection if you don't fulfill their need to connecting more with you. Yes, I was thinking just about something that also there is, the more interaction you have, but if they are sparse in time too much, then the interest and the connection is going to drop, and so you will have to come back up. And so this is, so with the people that you actually don't really see very often and so on, you can get away with small talk every time you see them. And actually this is generally what we do with family and so on. We don't see them very often, but every time we see them, we just need a little small talk in order to pop things up and so on. But sometimes you're going to want to have a little bit more serious talk. But I think maybe this is that allow you to understand the different type of connection with family, friend, relationship, and so on. And yeah, and that's really, I cannot emphasize that enough. This is about reinforcing positive emotional impact. So before moving on, I want to stick to this point, because let's take the extreme example of relationship, where you are with someone every single day during an entire life and so on. And so if you don't consciously try to reinforce positive emotion with that person, what is going to happen is, because you are spending most of your time with them, and most of your time is about having neutral emotion, or even from time to time negative emotion due to the issue of day-to-day life, you are progressively changing your dynamics, the connection you have with that person, into a neutral or even negative state. And so this is a deviation over time that can happen, and this is very important to be aware of that, and mindfully doing things in order to keep raising the interest of the person in you, and deepening the connection with them over time, and you want to take care of it. That's why love and relationships need to be taken care of, and this is why the last point, the last principle: connection diminish over time if you don't take care of it, or rather than just diminish, they are evolving, because they are diminishing if you don't have any interaction with that person ever. But if you have a very frequent interaction with a person, if you don't take care of it in terms of reinforcing positive emotion, the neutral or negative emotion are going to take over, and so you're arriving at a point in your life where you think, yeah, I love this person, but strangely, I don't feel like I was before. Things have changed. I don't understand why, and so on. This is just because your neural connection has changed, and so you are more used to be around that person in a neutral or negative state, and not in a positive state. And so your connection is weakening over time, which makes you very uncomfortable, because you really, I think, believe that you love this person, but your neural system is slowly but surely diminishing over time in terms of connection. And so if you want, this is not something that is irreversible. You can change it. You can come back to this deep true love that you had with this person, just by taking care of creating and reinforcing positive emotional with them, through small talks, through small talk, serious talk, but also experiences that you are doing. And for friendship between men and men, generally that men like to do things rather than talking. Women like to talk more than doing. And so, but if you are with someone with in a relationship, man and woman, or even man and women, having a balanced amount of talk and action experience, which are positive. And so regularly, that doesn't take much, and I think this is maybe the last slide I put. So starting using small talk and taking care of it by caring about people. 90% of the time is going to be small talk, small positive talks. Really, the idea of small talk is spending a good time, and 10% of the time serious talk when the person is really interested in you, and so on. But what I forgot to put here is really also experiences, having activities with the other person, and so on, sharing experience, positive experience, and so on. This is really what matters. And because all of that, so love, relationship, we need to take care of it. That doesn't require much effort, but just taking care a little bit of it over time. And I have a really good example in my life of someone that I learned a lot from, because he is naturally social. He likes to just call people all the time, just to know what they are about, what they are doing, how they are doing, and so on. Maybe he's doing it because he's bored, and so on. But what I cannot critique him on that, because what he's doing is very powerful in terms of social and connecting with someone, and because he just cares about people. That's just about it. If you want to summarize it, all of it, yes, care about people. But yeah, it doesn't require much effort, just a little small talk here and there, plus some more serious conversation. This is how you build, maintain, and deepen connection with people, and also with positive experiences. I wanted to say something to finish, but I forgot what it was. Yeah, I mean, positive. Also, this is that you need to understand. So I'm going to talk more about relationship. When you are in a relationship, let's move on, because I'm finished with that. Well, when you are with when you are in a relationship with someone and on day-to-day basis and so on, positive experience lasts longer than the neutral experience or the little bad experience you have. Because when you truly want to connect with someone, every time you are going to have some positive experience, some good moment, and so on with them, the impact of those positive moments will override everything else. And so that doesn't require much. Once a week at bare minimum, multiple time a month, where you are doing true deep things with that person, that can be enough to truly reinforce the love, the deep connection that you have with that person. And also, yes, this is that I wanted to talk about. About my video I did about happiness, that I said that happiness doesn't exist. You only have positive and negative emotion, and those emotions come and goes. But your neural system is recognizing situations that bring you positive or negative emotion. And so this is about that. You want to spend good quality moment with the different people that you want to be connected with. So that was a very deep talk to a very simple conclusion. Spend good quality time with people you care about. That's it. So, thank you for watching, and I see you next time.